I hate to go into the season having to talk about something that's pretty negative with the Minnesota Vikings, bro. But as a Kwesi Adofo truther, man, I rock with Kwesi. Y'all know that, man. I'm a Kwesi fan. I stand behind him. But man, this is super nasty work, man. As we heard today, Brian Asamoah got quote unquote waived. You know, just the professional way to say, cut. We don't want you anymore. Your services are no longer needed. Okay. Hey, we go back to remember that hit he put on what was that? Aaron Jones, I believe. Remember that hit? We said, hey, look here, man. It's practice. Telling you, he was hanging on by a thread already. He's out of there. Okay. But let's look at Kwesi Adofo Mensah's 2022 draft class, bro. Like, I just feel like any other GM across the NFL, this is a fireable offense. Like, you would not have a job. This is what you call being really bad at your job. Now, good thing about being an NFL GM, from what we know, is there's more than one way to win other than just the draft. But I do believe the draft is probably the most important when you're talking about future, because you can't, I feel like this, as the years continue, we have to have players that actually develop on the roster that we draft. Okay. We can't continue to go into free agency every single year and just add a 1 year guy, maybe a 2 year guy that's a veteran. That's, I don't know, man. I'm not a huge fan of that. I kind of want some players that we draft and we're able to watch them grow and turn into superstars as Minnesota Vikings. And, you know, fair enough, we have Jordan Addison, who's looking like that type of guy. So we'll hold on to that right now, okay? But let's talk about this. Lewis Cine, okay? Lewis Cine was probably one of the worst first-round draft picks of my Vikings existence. All right, now there's an injury that happened that really put him behind the 8 ball. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. I knew once that injury happened with a guy that played the way he played, I knew it was going to affect him. But that's neither here nor there. Andrew Booth traded. Andrew Booth. I was listening to a Cowboys podcast the other night, and they have a couple corners that went down, and guess who's up? Andrew Booth. And they were livid about it. They're like, bro, if we have to roll out Andrew Booth at the beginning of the season, it's over for us. I mean, they're hanging it up. They're hanging the season up just because they have to put Andrew Booth Jr. out there. You feel me? So, yeah, we all know our Andrew Booth experience over here in Minnesota, okay? Ed Ingram traded. Ed Ingram, never a fan. Didn't think he was that good. I knew that was coming. Brian Asamoah, waived. That's today. Yeah, all right, we saw that news today. Caleb Evans, waived as well. Bro, the amount of players is what is really concerning, okay? The amount of players, man. Adamiwo, I think that was a dude from Minnesota, wasn't it? He got released. Let him go. We don't need you anymore. Now, here's one right here, and this is the guy, Ty Chandler, who recently, just the video before this, we talked about and said, hey, there's a guy behind him named Xavier Scott that's really going to come for his job, bruh. Like, Ty Chandler may not even be on this roster by the time the season starts. So really, I meant to just go ahead and X him out too, because I think his chances are super slim. He might not be he's going to be, right now he has on the roster, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Vidarian Lowe, traded. He went to the Patriots. I mean, I don't know what happened there. I mean, I feel like we could have kept him and saw what he had, but he's traded. All right. Jalen Nailor on the roster. We have a lot of Vikings fans that really aren't high on Jalen Nailor. The consistency's not there. And, you know, you have a group that does appreciate Jalen Nailor's services and think that he deserves to be on this 53. And then you got other people who are ready to move off. Let's bring in anybody else. Okay. Adam Thielen's, Amari Cooper's, Tyler Boyd's, whatever. Let's bring in anybody else. We need some security there. They don't believe in Jalen Nailor. Me, I think he'll be okay. You know, I'm going into the season optimistic about Jalen Nailor, so I'm there. And then Nick Muse, man. One of the fan favorites, Nick Muse, waived as well. Okay? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players, bro. 10 players that you got in that 2022 draft. 10. and only 2 of them remain on the roster. Talk about a bad batting percentage, Kwesi Adofo Mensah. This is not good. And I think, this is going to latch on to you for the entirety of your Vikings GM journey until you can get us over the hump and we win us a couple playoff games, a Super Bowl. I mean, something has to change. Now, I do want to talk about some positive, okay? Kwesi Adofo Mensah is great in free agency. And with all of this, as bad as this looks, even though this is unacceptable, as bad as this looks, the Minnesota Vikings have still found a way to win a lot of football games since Kwesi Adofo Mensah and Kevin O'Connell took control of this franchise. All right, so I want to give him his flowers. I'm still a Kwesi guy, but we have to talk about this because this right here, after we got the news today that Brian Asamoah is no longer on the team, this just makes this news a lot bigger because it's like, yo, this draft class may go down as one of the worst draft classes in Vikings history, and it may be able to compete with the other 31 teams in the NFL. All right, I'm just being honest, bro. This is unprecedented. Okay? For sure, man. Let me know how you feel, man. Kwesi Adofo Mensah's 2022 draft class. But look, this isn't going to stop us from 2025 and going out there and balling. This is just a minor setback for the major comeback, man. We got the players who we need now, and I expect great things. I'll let your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.